using the testing library are more reliable and the easier to maintain, right? So since they are based on the real user behavior, and they are like less likely to break if we change the internal code structure. So as long as the user experience stays the same, right? And the second one, it helps us like catch problems that real user would notice. So I think, for example, if a button is not labeled properly or a message is not visible after them, the complete the submission form, right? So these are the things user would struggle with, and the testing library help us to catch those issues earlier, right? And it also encourage the better design and accessibility. So because we are using role and label and visible text to the find elements, so developers and the QA side are naturally guided to like build the interfaces that are more user friendly and the accessible to the everyone side. And the last one, uh, testing library, I think make the process to the testing feel like more natural, like actually using the app. So you are not thinking in terms of the code and the logic, but instead of thinking like the users. So there we can use, I think, where what I click and where what I see the next. So I think it's a tool that helps us like write the better test and the ultimately build the better products, right? And there we have the second point, why UI testing matters. So there we have the some structures there we have. So I think let's begin the I think three main types of the UI testing that's shown on the left side. The first was the manual testing is where human tester explore the application to check the usability, design, and I think the overall user experience. And it includes the exploratory testing and the usability assessment. And I think the validate the complete user journey, like making sure a customer can smoothly go from the home page to the checkout side, right? And then we have the automation testing as well, which is essential for the larger application. And mostly it handles the regression testing and ensure like cross-browser compatibility and check like PSR issues as well. Like this type of testing done faster and can be repeated across the world, making the deal for the continuous integration setup. And the last and the final, the AI enhanced testing, right? So which is a gaining traction here, and it bring an advanced capability like I think the visual anomaly detections there, right? For example, if a button shift unexpectedly we can say or a layout break, right? So even if the test is generation and the predictive analysis, so these help of the team move faster and the smarter, right? And now we have the middle of the slides. We have the testing parameters. So the best practices model that guide how we structure our test, right? At the bottom, we have the unit test, right? So which cover individual component and run mostly quickly sites. And above that, we have the integration test, like check how components work together. And on the last, we have the top, we have the end-to-end test, like which simulate like real user action, like across the app, like logging and the completing the forms, right? So I think this parameter ensure like we focus on the faster, more reliable test at the basis, like while keeping water use flop at the top, and together like they support the stable and the scalable testing strategy, right? And there we have the testing process as well, like the plan, execute, analysis, and the fix. So a continuously loop that improves quality over time. So that is why we are. That's why we are using the testing process here. And in the right side, we have the benefits and the impact as well. So if we talk about the benefits as well, here we have the cost reduction. So fixing bug early in the development is approx like 10 to 100 times cheaper than fixing them the post release. And I think the plus point is that like strong testing reduce support cost by catching like user facing issues before they become on the creating the bugs or tickets, that we can say. And second one is the user satisfaction. So I think that according to the research, like approx 80 to 90% of the users are less likely to return like after a bad experience. Like if, even if in case like we have the 1 second delay in the page load, that can be lead to approx 10% drop in the conversion. So UI testing help prevent like these problems, and we can say deliver a smoother experience, right? And the last one, we have the quality assurance as well. So it's also a key impact, like with the consistent cross-browser compatibility. and the uniform experience as well for all the users. So whether they are on the Chrome, Safari, mobile, and the desktop as well, right? We have the key matrices as well here. There we have the test coverage. It will tell us like how we can say how much of the app is being tested, bug detection rate, like compare how many bugs are caught in the testing versus that what slip into the productions, right? And the MTTR, or some mean time of recovery, like so how quickly team can resolve the issues. And the last one is the ROI, return of investment. So it helps like quantify the value testing being on the business side, right? So lastly, we have the some popular tool as well, right? So we often use for the UI testing, like includes Selenium, Cypress, browser stack as well, and the each has its own strength, like, but they all support of the goal of the making testing fast and effective, and they close to the real user behaviors. We have the core feature and the queries as well. So if we talk about the core features, so firstly, it's totally a uses the we can say user centric approach. So instead of testing internal code and logic, testing library focus on like what the user actually does, like clicking button, filling the forms, right? And second one is the accessible design. So the library encourages us to like use the proper HTML rules and labels, right? Which not only improve our task, but also ensure like application meet accessibility standard as well, right? So by testing correctly, we are also building for the everyone, like including user and the disabilities, right? And there we have the simple API as well. So with the some functions like getByText, getByRole. So it become very easy to find and interact with the UI elements. So there's no complex selectors or bitter query needed, right? And there we have the framework agnostic. So where you are the working with the React, Angular, Vue. So even if the plain JavaScript as well. So in the testing library work totally seamlessly. So the team across different type of tech stacks can use in the consistently. And the last one is the minimal setup. So it integrate well with the like tools like Jest, and does not require much. I think we can say boilerplates, right? So you can start writing tests quickly without a lot of configurations there, right? There we have the some common queries as well. So there we have the first getByRoles, and this query mostly select element based on their area rules, as I think like button, checkbox, link, and the heading. This is the syntax we have used, the getByRole, button name and student form. So this would like select a button that user see, label like submit form, right? And there we have the some best use cases as well. Like so I think it's best for use for the interactive element, like for the form controls button, and even if for the list of the tables as well. So since it rely on the same semantic HTML and area rules, so it's also support the accessibility first testing approach. And the second one is that we have the getByText as well. So this is mostly I think we use to select the element based on the visual text, right? So just like a user would read on the screen side. So we have the syntax as well, getByText, and we can fill the whatever the text we are seeing on the UI side. And I think it's ideal for the static text content error messages or label that are always visible, right? And if you have the content with the like known patterns like headers or notifications text, so this is your like go-to method, right? And third one is the getByLabelText. So I think this one is designed for selecting the form controls by referencing the text of their associate label. So we have the getByLabelText, and if in case we have the label of the email address, then we can pass this here, right? And mostly it used for the like input field, checkbox, radio button, and even if the select drop downs as well, and it play a major role in the testing form accessibility as well. We have the fourth one as well, like getByPlaceholder text. So this is mostly used for the selecting the input elements based on their placeholder text. So you can see the if in case we have the any input field there, and in the input field we have some text is representing there. So there we have the type your name, write your message here. So that type of placeholder we can use this use of this functions, right? And it especially used for the search bar, like or input that don't have the visual table, right? And next one we have the get by alt text, right? And so mostly this used for the select images by their alt text, right? And this is the syntax. And get by alt text like company logo. And mostly, if we talk about the best use cases, so I think it's important for the testing image accessibility, like especially to make sure like every image has the meaningful alt attributes, right? And which help like screen reader and the improve SEO. So it can also use to like validate product image or like icon in the e-commerce, or you are having a we can check this function as well. And the last one is the query by text ID. So mostly this is totally we can say the fallback queries, right? That is used when you can't target the element with a visual text or role, or like we can say the labels, right? So if in case we have the query by the text ID, and we can set the like some we are getting some spinners, or like we are getting some loading screens here, that time we can use the this names or IDs here, right? So mostly it useful we can say for the dynamic and the third party component, right? Or during like temporary deployment. So where like semantic roles like might not be available yet. So however we can say it should be a last resort, right? Since the testing library provide like testing through what the user sees. And the last second next one is the integration with the Jest and the test runner. Before moving for the integration side, firstly we can see like what is the Jest like. I think Jest is a fast and the modern testing framework, right? That is created by the Meta side, right? And one of the biggest strength is that we can say like it's come with the everything you need a test runner, right? As a assertion libraries like built in the support for the mocks, or even for the snapshot testing as well, with all the minimum setups, right? And it works mostly for the seamlessly like React with the testing library, which is like why it's often like default choice when the setting front end testing for environments, right? And you don't need to install the different type of libraries there. Just handle it all of the one packages there. And there we have the one more feature. So I think just run the test in the parallel side, right? So which means you get fast feedback while developing, right? So I think this help like catch bugs earlier and improve your developers productivity overall, right? So and the last one, so whether you are testing like individual component or entire workflow, right? So mostly that time you just make like process smooth and the fast and scalable. So whenever like combined with the testing library, right? So I think that become a complete solution for the writing the user focused tests. We have the integration as well. There we have the different type of components. So first, the Jest. So we already see like Jest is a fast modern JavaScript testing framework, and it provide all the essential like assertion libraries, mocking, and the snapshot testing. And it's commonly mostly we can say used for the unit test and the integration test, and for the UI component test as well. So especially in the React application, so it also work well with the different type of JavaScript framework as well. And when it comes for the test execution side, so Jest is very efficient, right? It automatically I think discover the test files. Like there we have some different type of patterns like hashtag like dot test dot js dot spec dot js, right? So I think you don't have to manually configure every test file, right? It mostly run the test in the parallel side as well. So using the workers thread behind the scene. So this make our test execute fast, and especially in the larger project or application. And there we have the seamless integration as well, right? In the seamless integration,